the Eagles. A wide receiver, number 2, Jeremiah Ruffin. Number 3, Jonathan Zamora. A defensive back, number 4, Tony Hamilton. A defensive back, number 6, Marquette Kirkendall. A linebacker, number 7, Roman Good. A linebacker, number 8, Kelly Hampton Purefoy. And give it up for linebacker number 44, Marlon Hampton Purefoy. A wide receiver, number 10, Jonah Dixon. A wide receiver, number 13, Damian Sanders. A linebacker, number 15, Paulo Santini. A wide receiver, number 18, Cody McAdoo. A defensive back, number 20, Trayvon West. A defensive back, number 22, Jordan Ratchford. A running back, number 27, Marcus Jones. A running back, number 31, Coral Berry. A linebacker, number 34, Trey Mazuki. A running back, number 36, Julius Carroll. A defensive back, number 39, Greg Holmes. Running back, number 40, Felipe Bear. A defensive back, 36, Elijah Lopez. Our long snapper, number 47, Jeremy Sosa. Our punter, number 48, Joshua LaJason. A linebacker, number 57, Tahim Keaton. And now, representing our offensive line, number 69, Ray Cole. Also, on our offensive line, number 71, Aiden Good Bruce. On our offensive line, number 72, Maximus Manuma. Give it up for 75, Chris Pavaker. Our kicker, number 80, Brandon Nehemiah. On our defensive line, number 85, Michael Zappa. Our tight end, number 88, Devin Thompson. And last but not least, on the defensive line, number 96, Kenneth Golden. Give it up for our Laney College Eagles sophomore. And your Laney College Eagles. The starting quarterback for DVC is number 12, Kalani McLeod, and the head coach for the Vikings is Jimmy Collins. The starting quarterback for Laney College is number 16, Trey Dimes. And the head coach for the Eagles is...
And we are live here from Laney College here in Oakland, California. My name is Max Grass, bringing you the coverage today. Thank you for our folks tuning in from Diablo Valley. It's nice to see both of the teams that I currently call for meeting onto the field. Be able to give you a lot of great insights on both sides of the ball here. As Laney College won the toss, they deferred, so DVC will get the ball first, and their explosive offense led by freshman quarterback Kalani McLeod will get the ball after this kickoff. It looks like it's Brandon Niermeyer looking to kick it off. As Laney College in their home greens, DVC comes in their whites.
The Vikings are set to receive.
Vikings sending out Jurion Dickey as well as Elijah Bowe as the two deep men to return. Niermeyer's got a leg on him. Let's see if he can put it into the end zone. Sends it away. This one a high-angled kick. And it's going to bounce down up high, and Dickey will take it from the 10-yard line. Spinning around, avoids the defender out to the 15, eventually draws down to the 12-yard line. Great coverage there by Mason Levitt. And that is where DVC's offense will get their start. DVC, one of the top offenses in the state of California, coming ranked 4th in total yards per game, 2nd in pass yards per game, and also 2nd on third down efficiency, currently at 49%. Coach Collins is the head coach and the offensive coordinator for the Vikings as they send out their young freshman quarterback here, making his 9th start of the year. Fari Miller, the running back, alongside him in the gun. Hands off to the left side. Ferrari Miller stacked up right at the line of scrimmage and loses a yard on the play. Great tackle made by Braden Harvey. Harvey, the defensive tackle, MVP of his team out at Meade High School in Spokane. Coming up a performance where he had a sack and 2 total tackles. Another quick handoff, space up the middle. This time Miller breaks free to the 25, fumbles the ball onto the ground. Let's see who's got it. It looks like Laney might be on it. Roman Gates was right there to fall on top of it, and jarring that ball loose is the safety, Jaden Bridgewater. Laney College has it. This is an Eagles team that leads the state in takeaways. 13 fumble recoveries, that's 3rd in the state, and 8th in interceptions. Or pardon me, 8th in interceptions with 13 on the year, and they get an early takeaway, and this is very much needed for the momentum and for this offense led by the freshman out of Vanden and Trey Dimes. So Dimes was actually the quarterback behind DVC quarterback Kalani McLeod to start the year. So both the quarterbacks from Vanden coming out to Oakland to face off here from Laney College. Out of the pistol look with the 2 back set. Dimes is there. Elijah Alexander on that right side has been a threat for Laney College this year in the running and the passing game. This time they stay on the ground, some space along that left side, and a nice run for Marcus Jones. Jones is that lead back, the sophomore out of Mount Eden High School. And it looks like right in the middle of the pack, it was Santino Acevedo who got the tackle there. 2nd down and 6 from the 26-yard line. Handoff over on the left side, and it's JP Zamora getting the ball in the jet sweep. Not much space there. A great job inside by Jeremiah Foney to get the tackle for the Vikings. And despite the fact that Laney will come out in these 2-back pistol looks, playing some 21 personnel, they do love to give the ball to JP Zamora on jet sweeps and use the horizontal attacking game of the speed out of the sophomore from Pasco, Washington. He had 8 rushes last week for 55 yards and a touchdown. trying to avoid the 3 and out. They are in field goal range here, the Eagles. Handoff right down the middle of the gut, stacked up after only about a gain of 3 on the play. The carry from Jones. And it's Santino Acevedo once again coming into that pile and getting it. Now it's an interesting situation we've got on hand. 4th down and just about 3. This could be 4-down territory here. And the field goal unit will come out. This will be about a 40-yard attempt. Let's see who the kicker coming out is, though. 2 very capable kickers here. And it looks like it'll be number 80. That's Brendan Niermeyer. Niermeyer, 2 for 2 last week, knocked down a 44-yarder and a 47-yarder. This one from the left hash mark. Niermeyer from 41 yards perfectly splits the upright. And that is the leg of Niermeyer on display, one of the leaders on the team in scoring. And off of the fumble of Ferrari Miller, it is Niermeyer able to capitalize on the score. So you can think about it in 2 different ways. Obviously, Laney College, you got to feel ecstatic you got that takeaway, and you got to feel great that you were able to get points on your opening possession. But for DVC, Ferrari Miller has fumbled the ball in the past, but that's typically been after 15, 20 carries late in the game. So an early fumble by Ferrari is something that you don't really expect to see. So now, can you come out here, can you turn the page, and can you get right back into your action knowing that your defense had your back on that possession? Elijah Bowe and Dickey are the 2 deep men to receive for the Vikings once more. And Niermeyer, after converting that 41-yard field goal attempt, out there to boot that ball away. Swings the right leg, and this one will be a deeper kick fielded down to the 10-yard line. This one's taken by Dickey once again, top of the numbers. Returning it down the middle of the field, having some space out to the 30, steps it up to the 40-yard line. Dickey with space out to the 50, a jump cut inside to the 40, spins down, and DVC with a prime opportunity here. All the way down to the 36-yard line. And that is the explosive ability of Jurion Dickey on full display. The bounce back from the University of Oregon, getting involved on special teams as we've seen him do throughout his high school career. And man, he is an explosive athlete when you can get him some balls in space. Interesting thing to note today, Kai Taylor, the leading receiver for the Vikings, is out for the day. He is in his warm-up still, so the Vikings needing to dig a little deeper into that depth chart on wide receiver. So the Vikings coming out here, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. It's McLeod out of the pistol. Play action fake. Stepping up onto the right-hand side, and McLeod is sacked. Pressure could not be held up, and the team with the 6th most sacks in the 3C2A. That is their 23rd of the year. Coming from the outside, Osana Veosaga with the pressure. Talking to defensive coordinator Coach Robert Crowley before this one, he was talking about just needing to be extremely aggressive against this very efficient offense from DVC, needing to play more man coverage, needing to play more pressure, and we see it pay fruition already. 2nd down and 17 after the sack. Empty set here. McLeod steps tall in the pocket, throws it on the quick out, and Ferrari Miller makes the catch only for a gain of 2 on the play. Not much space there as Caden Bridgewater comes up and makes the play. Caden Bridgewater and Jaden Bridgewater, the 2 brothers out of Legacy North, out in Las Vegas, Nevada, coming out here to Oakland, California. And as 2 young developing talents, they have continued to get better game after game, and we are seeing it on display, especially with that fumble in the opening drive. 3rd down and long, Vikings with the long field in front of them. Let's see if they can maybe get into 4-down territory in this situation. You'd hate for this great field position to be sent away on a punt. Empty set for McLeod, a 3-step drop, steadies his feet, and it's a crossing pattern across the middle. A post ran by Miles Dixon, and that is close to the sticks. This one out to the 29-yard line. 16-yard reception on the play, and that allows the Vikings to set up a 4th down opportunity. The 23rd time this year they're going for it on 4th down. From this spot, it would be a very long field goal, about 51 yards, so we're not going to see that. Oh, this is going to hurt a lot. A false start on the Vikings is going to send them back. So now you go from a situation where it's 4th and intermediate, giving you some decent field position, even if you turn the ball over, but right here, a little harder of a situation. Vikings a very aggressive play caller with Coach Collins in his 2nd year here, and they're going to go for it now. 4th down and long. This ball spotted down to the 34. Spot to gain out to the 29. Empty set here from McLeod. Motions his receiver across the formation momentarily. Pressure comes, and McLeod off his back foot has a man out to the 10-yard line. Undercut, swatted away. Terrific coverage there by Jaden Bridgewater as they tried to send the ball over to the top to the speedy Darian Mirage, and the Vikings are going to turn this ball over on downs. Laney's defense getting 2 great stops to start the game, and the Vikings offense just looking a little bit out of shape early.
Defended by number 24, Jaden Bridgewater.
The Bridgewater twins making huge plays here for Laney College early on. Trade Dimes for his 2nd possession here. Dimes, he definitely got to feel like he's got a chip on his shoulder coming out. Looking to make a big play, but they'll keep it on the ground once again. Marcus Jones with his 4th carry of the day. His 3rd. Right there inside, it's Wesley Garton, the sophomore out of San Marin High School.
It's 2nd down.
Garton in the last game against Foothill, 8 total tackles. And believe it or not, that was a little bit of a quiet night for Wesley. The linebacking core for DVC, one of their strongest units, composed of Santino Acevedo, Wesley Garton, and Marley Alapati. All players that are definitely going to be going on to the next level to play some D1 ball. Shifting formations a little bit here on 2nd down and 9. A 2-back shotgun look here for Dimes. Dimes with the handoff on the right-hand side. A nice cutback lane here. And this time it's Kyrie Baker with a little bit of a chunk down to the 41-yard line. That is the slight misdirection that you can play with that 2-back shotgun look. Trying to get a look here in our replay, and it looks like it was Marley Alapati able to drag down the runner and Kyrie Baker. And Kyrie Baker, the freshman out of American Canyon, he's had some carries here and there throughout the year, but getting 6 last week, and he's lining up as the 2nd back. Handoff over into the backfield, and this one goes to JP Zamora, but the Vikings have been watching their film. They're not allowing any of those jet motions to catch them off guard, and now it is 4th down, another 3 and out, and DVC's defense looks like they have held. Really good job by the cornerback in Ananias Walker, able to come inside from his outside corner position and make the tackle. The punter here, Joshua Lyston, has DVC roots, played defensive end for the Vikings a season ago. This one a low end-over-end punt, and the ball will bounce down to the 20-yard line as Laney College will step on top of it at the 15-yard line.
After the kick, the ball is placed at the 15-yard line.
Nice punt to flip the sides of the field, and that's all you can ask for inside of the 20. And Lyston has been able to do that up to 17 times this year now. Lyston, a little bit of a funny situation here. 15 tackles and even had a sack, and the other shade of green. But the Vikings, despite turning it over 2 times to start the game, have an opportunity to turn the page here, and another flag comes in.
Flag on the play.
Let's see what this flag is going to be on. They're going to wave it off. So no harm, no foul here. McLeod will continue to work out of the gun. From the far hash, hands the ball. And that pressure of the defensive line of Laney College is showing up early. That time it's Monty Holiday, or pardon me, it's Martise Ferguson with the carry. And it's the outside linebacker in Tumani Satini, the sophomore out of Tonga. Vikings with negative yards rushing up to this point. They'll stay on the ground once again with Ferguson. Ferguson dragged down behind by Marlon Hampton Purifoy. Pardon me, it's actually 41. That'll be Sharky Tamale. Something interesting you're going to see with the setup from Laney College. Their base defense is a 3-4, but to stop the run and some of that pressure, they will shift into a 4-3, where Sharky Tamale comes up as the middle linebacker in that situation. Across the middle of the field, through a tight window, McLeod able to thread the needle on a frozen rope out to Miles Dixon, and that will be a first down. Miles Dixon has been such a great receiver for the DVC Vikings this year, coming off a huge game against San Jose City College where he had 12 catches, had 5 catches last week against Foothill. And now the Vikings, a steady diet of a handoff once more as Martise Ferguson able to get a couple of yards on the carry. Give him 3 as Roman Gates corrals him to the turf. And I think for the Vikings, what you got to think of this situation is just get back into rhythm. The Vikings have been in such a tough situation because they have been behind the chains up to this point. And that is exactly why Collins is kind of running some of these underneath patterns as Miles Dixon able to pick up the first down. A catch of 10 on the play. Caden Bridgewater from that safety spot stepped up. Miles Dixon with 3 catches already up to this point for a lot of yardage. Dixon, the sophomore out of Bishop O'Dowd High School, not too far away from the campus of Laney here. Gotta be feeling like a homecoming of sorts for him. First down and 10. Quick pass to the outside. They'll find Dixon once more, and Dixon dragged out of bounds by Jaden Bridgewater. The Bridgewater twins have been all over this one, but on the other side, it's been the Miles Dixon show here with 5 minutes remaining, and the score is 3-0. Second down and 5 from the DVC 45-yard line now. McLeod continue to operate out of the gun. A handoff up the middle. And Martise Ferguson has been the main back on this drive. He is not going down on one contact. Continues to fight forward, pushing to make it third down and intermediate. A carry of about 3 on the play. Inside the pile, Cooper Logmeyer and Roman Gates got there for the Eagles. And so now third down, the marker to gain is right there at the 50-yard line. Ferrari Miller back into the backfield here, and a false start. Dixon jumped off sides. As the slot receiver, you got to be keeping an eye inside. And this is the second time we've seen the Vikings get a false start here. Vikings averaging 8.5 penalties per game. That is 30th in the state. Opposition for the Vikings averaging 8 penalties per game. So now this just puts you in a tough situation. It was third down and short. You're gonna make it third down and 8 now from the 43-yard line. It's gonna be hard to pick this one up. You might just have to play it safe and punt the ball away. Snap to the left hip. Across the middle of the field, jump cut back inside and diving forward for the Vikings. That's Jake Calcagno. Sharky Tamale right in the middle of that defense was able to bring him down. You can see the speed on display for Calcagno coming off a performance where he was able to get a nice touchdown catch in the back of the end zone. And the Vikings able to convert on third down and long. They're gonna pick up the pace just a touch here. Shotgun spread between the hashes. They give over to Miller. And Miller, no space once again. Pressure coming off that left edge by Caleb Hampton Purifoy. And KP Purifoy has been so big for this Eagles team, the leader on defense. has an offer from Southern Utah already. West Virginia, Texas State, other big-time schools looking out for that guy on the outside. The redshirt sophomore out of Berkeley, California. McLeod, swing pass, one-handed catch by Miller on the near sideline, breaks one tackle, and then the flock of Eagles bring him down to the 45. Leading that whole entire pack, Caden Bridgewater was there. And the Vikings just cannot get out of these third and long situations here. 3rd down and 9. Credit in the world to this Laney defense that's got to be feeling themselves after that performance against San Jose City College last time we saw them. Time to throw for McLeod. Shuffles in the pocket, rolls out to the right-hand side, finds this man on the sideline, a toe tap, and a catch made to the 31-yard line. Garrett Isamonu was not able to get his feet in bounds. The freshman out of Dublin could not quite Lynn Swan that thing. It'll be 4th down. Sometimes you just got to get your feet down there. You don't have to do the 2-tap for the NFL style. But the Vikings here on 4th down and 9 from the 45-yard line. They're going for it. Collins ever so aggressive to start this one. Pressure over the top, and it's intercepted. The interception thrown down to the 33-yard line, and the ball hops over the top. Jaden Bridgewater with the fumble last time, and it's Caden Bridgewater with the interception here. Doesn't look nice on the stat sheet for McLeod as he throws an interception. That is his 6th of the year, but for the Vikings, it does save them a little bit of field space, as that essentially is a punt worth of about 11 yards there on the interception. So 3 drives for the Vikings and 3 turnovers. This Eagles defense is absolutely swarming up to this point. Dimes, a 3-step drop. Pressure comes, throws off his back foot, able to get that ball away. Got it to Jeremiah Ruffin, but he loses 3 on the play.
It's 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down and long now. Getting it to Ruffin is a good idea. As Ruffin, when he gets the ball in his hands, he looks like he is playing at a different speed. Aaron Woodard eventually came down to make the tackle from his safety spot for a tackle for loss, but I could see them going for those bubble screens and just those quick outside passes. As Ruffin, the bounce back from UC Davis in his 2nd year here at Laney College, gets his first catch for a loss. Going to the tight end for the first time, a missed tackle. Alexander taken out of bounds, out to the 42-yard line. He'll make it 3rd down and about 1 yard as Wesley Garton saves him before he gets the first down. And by Woodard there, you gotta make the form tackle in that situation. You got a big body in Elijah Alexander coming into the flat. You've gotta wrap up and you've gotta take him down. Can't just throw a shoulder against a guy who's 6'5", 235. H-back on the right side here. And it's Dimes with the give over to the back. Some space on the right side, chiseling through defenders. A nice chunk of 10+ yards for the carrier. Woodard making his 2nd tackle here on this drive. And the carry from Marcus Jones, a successful one. That is the first down, if I'm not mistaken, for the Laney College Eagles in this game. A couple 3-and-outs in this situation here. And with the play clock at 23 and the big clock down under 20, the Eagles coming out, and they've got a 3-0 lead to start this one, and they are driving past midfield, starting on the Viking side of the field on the other side of this break here on Peralta TV. here in the field. Check. Back here on the field, and it is a completed pass over to Ruffin down to the 35-yard line. A chunk gain of just about 12 yards for the Eagles on the other side here to open up the second.
Jeremiah Ruffin.
We were just talking about Ruffin a moment ago. Now he comes up and makes a big play. It's the best we're seeing this Eagles offense up to this point today. A 3-0 lead for the Eagles. And it's Dimes out of the pistol once more. Dimes steps up. He's going to look to run, and he's taken down. Caleb Pilecki. Credit him with the sack.
Sack by number 44, Caleb Pilecki.
Pilecki, the redshirt sophomore out of Jesse Bethel out in Vallejo.
8-second down.
He didn't play against San Jose City College. Had 2 tackles last week against Foothill. So now it'll be 2nd down and 11. Really what's been so effective for Laney up to this point has been trying to get ahead of the chains. Let's see if they can do it with a handoff over to McAdoo, and Tony McAdoo dragging defenders past the 30-yard line. This is the first successful end around of the day for Laney as they make it 3rd down and manageable.
It's 3rd.
It'll be 3rd down and 4, and you are in field goal range in this situation here. The way that they've been running the ball here with Marcus Jones, I'd be surprised if you might see a handoff over to the back in this situation and see if you can get close enough to go for it on 4th down. Jones the back in the 2-back pistol. Bears the running back to the left side of Trey Dimes. Pardon me, it's actually Esteban Duarte who's the fullback on the left side. A quick pass across the middle of the field, and it's Alexander. Breaks tackles once more, stays on his feet inside of the 5-yard line, and he's dragged down to the 1. Wesley Garden with the touchdown-saving tackle. Alexander has been the #1 threat on offense. And he pops his head up once more.
Defended by number 11, Wesley Garden.
Taking a little bit of time here, and that is part of the game plan for Laney. They've had issues throughout the first few games of the year where their offense just got off the field a little quickly and their defense struggled because of it. And now over to Jones in the middle. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Marcus Jones, a 3-yard rush on 1st down for the touchdown. And an upset potentially brewing here on sophomore night. Laney College looking to take down the #8 ranked Diablo Valley College Vikings.
57, Marcus Jones.
3 takeaways, a field goal, and a touchdown. This is going the way that the Eagles want it. Able to split the T and the PAT, and it is 10-0 Eagles. Something to factor in as well. If the Eagles are able to get the last 2 wins of the year, they're going to need a lot of help, but they will have an opportunity to potentially try to squeeze their way into the playoffs. City College of San Francisco upsetting College of San Mateo last week really helped them in that endeavor. Laney's still to play College of San Mateo at San Mateo. DVC will be playing San Francisco, or City College of San Francisco out at DVC for their own sophomore night next week. This is a Eagles team that is playing for a lot more than just pride in the situation. They've come out and they have executed early and often. Dickey and Bo, the 2 deep men for the Vikings. And this one, a high-angled kick fielded down to Dickey from the 15-yard line. He had a nice return last time we saw him working vertically. Dickey puts his foot in the dirt, crossing the hash mark, shoves the defender down, steps out of bounds to the 35-yard line. 20-yard return on the play. Sosofo Aquila comes up with the tackle. And the Vikings offense that has been so good this year. And up to this point, 3 first down for the Vikings here. There are 2 for 4 on 3rd down and 0 for 2 on 4th. Cloud will come out once more as the quarterback for the Vikings here. He has been electric this year, but has struggled against this Eagles offense to start. Over the middle, this one caught out to the 50-yard line. And he's tackled down to the 35. Catch made by number 16 for the Vikings. That is Matt Gooden. Only his 8th catch of the year, but this is a big pop for a big gain. 30 yards on the reception there by Gooden. Sharky Tamale eventually coming up to make the tackle. So with the way that Laney College is playing, they are in their 4-man front, so they are really trying to stack up to try to stop the running game of DVC. Play action fake across the middle and the quick slant, and that one's broken up. In and out of the hands of Matt Gooden once more. Looks like Jaden Hoskins just a little bit slow to get up on the play. That is the center for the Vikings. So they've been going to Miles Dixon in these long situations all night long. Elijah Bowe, the back now. Freshman out of Pittsburgh, his first playing time in the game on this drive. Play action fake, the screen pass too far behind Dixon. Typically, we've seen that play in the past go to Calcagno a year ago. Kai Taylor's gotten that situation a few different times, but Dixon stepping up in that situation isn't able to get it complete. Good pressure by the cornerbacks of Laney College, able to send that ball away, and it's 3rd down and long once more.
From the 35-yard line.
Vikings operating out of that shotgun as they always do. That is their most used formation offensively. The rear receivers to the far side of the field. Looks to the far side, and it's Jaden Macedo as the ball is dropped.
Flag on the play.
Flag is on the play late, and that might be roughing the passer. So the Vikings have elected to go with Jaden Macedo here. They like to say that there is no 1 and 2 quarterback. It's 1A and 1B, and Macedo in this situation has been the 1B, unfortunately. But he is a very capable quarterback, an all-base 6 selection a year ago at Foothill College. Started the first game of the year for the Vikings, and he's been getting reps in and out. Last time we saw him, he had a great performance against College of the Redwoods, where he went 10 for 10 with 3 touchdowns. But this brings a dynamic switch up for the Vikings at the quarterback position. More of a dual threat quarterback in Macedo. 3-step drop, Macedo looks to the right side, over the middle, off the hands. Darian Mirage, the intended receiver, he had some space. That's a little bit of the different situation you expect to see here. When you switch up quarterbacks, the way that the trajectory comes out of their hands, the way that they're able to send that ball, it just changes things up ever so slightly. You gotta really anticipate some of the dual threat abilities here from Macedo. Possibly adding in a different fold to the offense here for Coach Collins. Dixon, the most inside receiver here, and it's a screen pass across the middle over to Calcagno, crosses the 10-yard line, turns the corner as he is shoved out of bounds at the 6-yard line. That is good for a gain of 14 and the first down. Vikings standing up goal to goal from the 6.
Vikings, number 4, Calcagno.
Defense was made by Zion Johnson, freshman out of Sheldon. It's a surprise that this is the first time we're hearing his name. Was able to pick up an offer from Morgan State. That's his first Division I offer, and a lot of big FBS dogs waiting in the wings for the 6'2", 170 freshman out of Sacramento. Macedo here with 10:36 remaining. A play action fake, pressure comes on his back hip, has to throw this ball away. Great job screaming off that edge by Tomu Satini. is a guy that can get a ton of pressures. Had 5 sacks last year at Chabot College, where he led that team in sacks. Comes a little further north over here to Laney College. He's been having a good year. Upwards of 30 tackles and has been getting to the quarterback a few different times. It'll be second down and goal now from the 6. Macedo carries the ball himself, dives forward, and he breaks the play into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Jaden Macedo pulls that ball on the zone read, and he is in for the 6-yard rush. Vikings able to answer, changing the game up, and as we alluded to many times, the dynamic ability of Macedo driving down the field and getting into the end zone. Daniel Sokol would be the kicker here for the Vikings here, as he's able to split the uprights. Adrian Guzman, the main kicker for the Vikings up to this point, wasn't dressed last week. And with Sokol going again, he is 5 for 5 on extra points, and he cuts the lead down to 3 as 10-7 with 10:25 remaining here in the second. And the Vikings, despite having success their last few drives, finally able to break free and get into the end zone. So a back and forth game up to this point. The Vikings had turned it over every single drive up to that point. One of them was on a fumble, 2 turnovers on 4th down, and then an interception from McLeod. That set the last drive from Laney College where they were able to score. And the Vikings have brought their own speakers out here. They got their kickoff song coming on the road. I don't know how legal that is, but hey, they love to see it. Ruffin and McAdoo, the 2 dynamic returners, are there, and a fair catch is made at the 29-yard line. That looks to be the tight end, and Elijah Alexander. And that is where Laney College will get the ball here to start the next drive. Able to get the very first touchdown of the game on the last possession there for Laney. Now can they catch lightning in a bottle once more and see if they can get another one? It's a very stingy defense for DVC as they come in the 5th-ranked defense in terms of points per game, giving up just a touch under 17 points per game. And they are very stingy through the air. First in pass yards allowed, only giving up 115. The end around once more goes to Zamora, and on his 3rd rush of the day, Zamora is still not much to gain. Still in the negatives, as it'll be second down and about 10.5 yards.
And second down.
As Jeffrey Holden able to trigger from his outside corner position to make the play. Officially no gain on the play there from Zamora. And something you have to watch out for, Zamora was a quarterback in high school, ended up going over to Washington State as a quarterback before switching to receiver here at Laney. So as you give the ball off to JP Zamora a few different times, you have to really be aware of his ability to pass the ball. In that overtime thriller against Santa Rosa Junior College, he had a ball that was dropped in the end zone. It was a perfect pass from Zamora, so his arm is still on display. So Laney behind the chains. They need a big chunk here to make it 3rd and manageable. It's second down and 15. Play action fake, rolls out to his left side as Dimes, and Dimes over to the back in the flats. And that is just getting your athlete in space as they get the ball over to Estevan Duarte. That is his 5th catch of the year. And John Gruden would be proud. Just that spider 2 wide banana, you get your fullback open into the flats, and you make it 3rd down and 2. Journey McCoy coming up to get the stop there to keep it 3rd down. Living in that 2-back pistol are the Eagles here with Trey Dimes. Having a night so far. Fakes the handoff on the jet sweep. The give over to the back, right down the middle, past midfield is Marcus Jones. A pickup of 12 on the play. And a flag there. Flag is spotted down at the 48. This could be holding. This will either be holding or illegal hands to the face.
Personal foul, face mask, number 6 of the defense.
Yeah, it is a face mask called on Santino Acevedo, so it'll be a 15-yard penalty on top of it. And Eagles are moving their way down the field. Vikings coming into this one 4-1 on the year. Their only loss over the #1 ranked College of San Mateo and Laney College after getting the win against San Jose City College. They're using all the momentum forward, and they are moving the ball against this great Vikings defense. Their physicality has been on display up to this point. Vikings need to bite down on that mouthpiece and close up those holes. Another give up the back. Trying to bounce to the outside was Marcus Jones, and Jones stopped at the line of scrimmage. Aaron Woodard wrapping him up this time around. And this is what I do appreciate about Coach Hagg's offense here at Laney. They never get too far away from their base. They will stay balanced with their offense. They'll stay balanced with their eye candy. And they do not get too far away from what makes them successful. Using a ton of clock here. 7:50 remaining in the opening half. Jet motion, and they give over to the back once again. No space. Right there in the middle of the pile, it was Marley Alapati able to bring Marcus Jones down for another gain of nothing. Alapati, a three-star linebacker out of high school in his second year here with DVC, had offers from UNLV and Army. He actually committed to Army and then decided, hey, I don't necessarily want to be a cadet. Came to DVC out of Junipero Sierra out in San Mateo. The former All-State, All-Metro, Max Preps, All-American making the play there for the Vikings. Rolling out to his left-hand side is Trey Dimes as he flips it to the far sideline. The catch made by Jonah Dixon as he is pushed out of play by Alapati once more. It'll be 4th down and about 3. Offense looks like they're staying on the field in this situation here with a lead of 3 as it's 10-7. It'll be a 46-yard field goal attempt, so this is inside of the range of Brendan Niermeyer. It looks like the offense is either going to try to get a free play on the false start, or pardon me, on the offsides on the defense, or they're electing to go for it here from the 28. Too high look for the Vikings. Dimes, rolls out left, flips his hips, goes around, finds Alexander. Did he make it in time? Caught right at the sticks. And it looks like he's got enough. Elijah Alexander continues to make massive plays here for the Eagles as they convert there on 4th down. Santino Acevedo trying his best to keep him on the other side. But the 15th 4th down conversion of the year for the Eagles, and they are driving it. Alexander motions across the formation. Vikings shifting there. This time, a traditional pistol for Dimes. Tight bunch off that right side. Give over the back. This is a different back in Kyrie Baker. Pardon me, it's actually 36 in Julius Carroll, as Carroll only able to pick up 1 yard on the tackle. Nose diving his way into the pile was Acevedo. Julius Carroll, the sophomore out of Benicia High, played 6 games for DVC back in 2023. So you've got to feel like he wants a little bit of get back of his own here on sophomore night. Same formation from the near hash. Dimes, a play action fake, sprint left, looking for his tight end, and instead it's Acevedo on the blitz. Santino Acevedo came screaming up that right side to get his first sack of the year.
Sack by number 6, Santino Acevedo.
Acevedo, the leading tackler for the Vikings this year, came into this game with 53 total tackles. That is 13th in the state of California in that category. And the highly decorated high school linebacker / running back at a Cardinal Newman High School. Making a big play here to make it 3rd down and long. You got to believe you just want to get it back into field goal range in this situation here for the Eagles. Dimes taking a late drop, dropping it off on the screen pass. This one over to the running back, and Carroll on the far side, and Carroll getting back to the original line of scrimmage. They'll mark him just about half a yard shy of that. So on 4th down, a gain of 5 on the play.
36, Julius Carroll.
Ananias Walker read that play to hold it up, and it looks like special teams will be coming out here.
It's 4th down.
From this spot, it'll be about a 42-yard field goal attempt. And that is exactly what it is. Niermeyer hit a 41-yarder on the opening possession of the game. Now the other side of the field here for the sophomore out of Granada. Puts plenty of leg into it, and he has the accuracy. 13-7. Niermeyer knocks down the 42-yarder. And Laney College able to drive down the field and convert once more. The Eagles have come out, and they have come out swinging, forcing turnovers, driving down the field, getting the first touchdown of the game. And now the Vikings need an answer of their own. Let's see who the quarterback will be on the other side. Macedo was able to lead that touchdown drive for the Vikings last time around. And you gotta believe you do not want to give the ball over to Dickey on the near side. Jurion Dickey, the bounce back out of Oregon, had an explosive return on his second carry of the day, was able to get a nice 20-yard return last time as well. Elijah Boa, very capable returner on the other side for the Vikings as well. Puts his leg into it. This one a line drive, squib right to Jurion Dickey, fielded down to the 12-yard line. Taking it between the hash marks, runs over defender out to the 31-yard line. Stays on his feet, but the whistle is blown dead. Credit for the tackle goes to number 5. That is Mason Lovett.
By number 42, Jurion Dickey. Defended by number 5, Mason Lovett.
A 19-yard return on the play by Dickey, and the Vikings offense will get a start from the 32-yard line. And it looks like Jaden Macedo will be coming out once more. So we had the touchdown drive last time. And now since the fumble, we've only seen about a carry from Ferrari Miller. So he fumbled on the opening drive, and with 3:36 remaining, he returns to the backfield. This time it is with Macedo. Macedo looking to the near-hand side, out-breaking route caught by the Vikings here. And that was Matt Gooden with another catch. So the Vikings having to go with Gooden as Kai Taylor is out, and he has delivered a few times in these situations now, making it second down and about 5. Gooden coming into the year, or coming into the game, I should say. 7 catches, and that is his 3rd, I believe. A 2-sport athlete, track and field and football, a gray shirt from the Vikings, getting some burn late into the season. And this is the point of the season where you show off some of your depth. Miles Moore in at tight end on the left side. He'll be a lead blocker for Miller, as Miller still has a hand inside of his jersey, just doing his best to fall forward and gets half a yard on the rush. Caleb Hampton Purfoy had those bear claws inside of the pads of Ferrari Miller, and it makes it 3rd down and manageable, still about 3rd down and 5. Miller has not had very much running space today.
3rd and 5 from the
Defensive line gains of this Laney defense has been on display. 3-man front in the nickel. Macedo runs it up the gut, and Macedo is crumbled after a gain of 1. Roman Gates, the second leadingest tackler for Laney College, able to make the play.
It's 4th down.
So we've seen the Vikings gamble a few different times. This one from their own 39-yard line, and it looks like Coach Collins is going to keep the team on the field momentarily, but we'll have the 2-minute timeout before that happens. So the Vikings facing a 4th down and just about 3 from their own 38-yard line, and we'll see what this concludes to after the timeout here on Peralta TV. So the Vikings will send out their punt unit. Jacob Johnson, the sophomore out of Livermore, coming out for the first time today. And this is a good call here from the Vikings. A high, winding punt. JJ's punt's going to be fielded down inside of the 20-yard line, bobbled momentarily, but fair caught down to the 17-yard line.
Number 13, Davion Sanders.
A 48-yard punt on the day inside of the 20-yard line. And JJ on his 15th punt of the year, keeping up his average of 43 plus. A 5-star punter by CSK, the #1 punter in California. Able to show off the leg here as he flips the sides of the field. And the Eagles offense, after getting a field goal on their last possession, will be working from the 18. Trey Dimes has had an efficient start to the day, 8 for 8 for 76 yards. And he passes out to Alexander on the forehand side. Woodard chops the wood that time around. One of the big plays to start the day for Alexander was off a broken tackle from Woodard, so it's good to see the sophomore out of El Cerrito High able to make the tackle this time.
It's second down.
DVC will elect to use their first timeout here as they stop the clock, trying to get one more offensive possession here. And as the new rules of college football goes, inside of 2 minutes is when the clock will stop as you go out of bounds. So before, what would happen is every single time you go out of bounds or after a first down, they'd stop the clock to have the chain move. But as games took a little bit of a long time, the NCAA decided to change the rules up. And as much as I love ball and I want to see as much ball played as possible, it is a good job by the NCAA making these changes, and by the 3C2A changing the rules as well. I want to see as much college football as I can, but at the end of the day, these kids got to either try to play professional when you're at the next level or try to make it to a 4-year and all those extra plays. It does give you tape, but it does increase the risk. Clock stops here at 1:46. Vikings defense looking to try to get a 3-and-out here. The handoff over to the back. This is Marcus Jones driven back. He'll lose a yard on the play, and the Vikings will use another timeout. Santino Acevedo drilling down the middle of that offensive line to make the play. And with Santino Acevedo, with all the tackles he's made this year, you've got to really show some love for those defensive tackles. As a former big guy myself inside, sometimes it's not about making tackles as an interior defensive lineman. You're trying to free up some space. You're trying to eat up that double team so your linebackers can come in and make plays. So not a very glorious position at times, but as your guys in that middle of the defense get those big plays, you got to feel pretty darn good. DVC forcing a 3rd down and 9 here. And the Eagles offense playing conservative up to this point. In this situation, you got to believe that Laney will go with another high probability play or either keep it on the ground once again to force DVC to burn their last time out. Dimes motions Alexander across the formation. Vikings will shift. Tight man-to-man coverage over the top with the 2 high safeties. Vikings looking like they're going to send some pressure, and they bail out of it. And a timeout taken by Laney. That is a great job there by Laney College, getting the timeout called in at the last possible moment. You see the Vikings showing a shell coverage, and then, or shell blitz, I should say, and then dropping back into coverage. And you don't like that look there, especially with Dimes getting his 2nd start of the year. And you got the timeouts, you might as well use them in this situation. You could try to get a stop on the other side of the ball if you keep those timeouts in your pocket, but I think really just setting up a terrific play and not giving an opportunity for DVC to get a turnover in this situation is your #1 priority. On 3rd down and 9 in this situation, you just got to live to fight another down. especially with the lead. (13-7), 1:40 remaining here. Trey Dimes, 9 for 9, 77 yards up to this point. 3-step drop. Dimes rolling out, a sidearm sling across the formation, and that one's caught by Ruffin, and Ruffin, despite his speed, isn't able to break free. A gain of 2 on the play. Aaron Woodard continues to have his name tattooed on this evening. DVC burned their last time out, and the punt unit will come out, and the Vikings will get this ball with 1:32 remaining.
Defended by number 0,
You can definitely see the speed on display from the sophomore out of Heritage High School in Brentwood, California. Whenever Ruffin gets that ball, he is explosive, he is quick, but can you set him up into a position where he can utilize that speed, possibly turn a corner, and send it over the top? That is the question, and that is what they've been trying to do with him all year long. Only 14 catches on the year coming into this game. Had about 3 today, but all of them stopped for either a loss or not much of a gain. Vikings will send out Jake Calcagno. He's going to line his heels up at the 42-yard line. It'll be Joshua Lyston looking to send that ball away for the Laney Eagles once more. Lyston, his first punt, 44-yarder inside of the 20-yard line. He's going to try to put as much boot under this one as he can. A low snap handled well. This one a high winder, fielded down to the 45-yard line. A cut up the field there by Calcagno as he's able to switch up and get past midfield on a 6-yard return.
Return by number 4, Jake Calcagno. Defended by number 1,
Caden Bridgewater, the safety on special teams, gets the tackle there. And the Vikings with the short field, less than 50 yards to play. No timeouts here, but you can use your sidelines to help you. Vikings will send out Kehlani McLeod once more. The last few drives was Jaden Macedo able to get the touchdown, but now the pocket passer and McLeod here. Expect to see a lot of man-to-man and some pressures by Laney's defense. 1:22 remains. Pressure comes in late, picked up well by the Vikings, and the wide receiver slipped down the ground. They'll say he was shoved down. They were trying to find Miles Dixon on a quick out to the 40-yard line, but he was pushed in the back by Jaden Bridgewater, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty. It's pass interference called on the defense. In that situation, especially with it so tight on the sideline, you gotta think
after the penalty, the ball is placed
you don't want that ball to go in that situation. And the officials have done this again. It is not a spot foul in junior college football and college football. It is a 15-yard penalty on a pass interference. I've seen this happen too many times. That is why I'm livid. Screen pass over to Jurion Dickey. Jurion Dickey has a man riding down his right hip. It's Osana Vealsaga. And that is a carry of 6 yards, and a late flag comes in as well. I got to finish my point here. I'm standing on my soapbox. It is a 15-yard penalty at the collegiate level. There are no spot fouls on pass interference unless it is the NFL. They might call this one another personal foul, and this will be likely a hip drop tackle as Vealsaga just came down and rode the right leg of Jurion Dickey there. This will be a 15-yard penalty on top of the end of the play. But the offense seems to be backing up. Instead, it's an unsportsmanlike conduct. A headbutt. And the coach will use the 10-second runoff in this situation. Oh, no, it's on the offense. Another situation here. I believe the 10-second runoff is only viable under 1 minute of play. I do not believe the 10-second runoff is supposed to happen above a minute to go. I am on my soapbox today, folks. I'm sorry. I just am at a loss for words right now. If I am wrong, please tell me and I will graciously eat my words, but I am at a loss. So the Vikings, after the play, will set up a second down with 55 seconds remaining. McLeod is the quarterback, a three-step drop, stepping up, rolls out to his left-hand side, and he's dragged down, gets the ball off in time. There was a man in the vicinity. Let's see if his knee was down before that play. And they will say he was able to get the pass off in time. It'll be third down and long with 50 seconds remaining. The score 13-7. Really good job there by Kalani McLeod to get that ball off. And he was wrapped up and dead for his rights. Ferrari Miller, the running back here. Third down and long, 2 timeouts. Laney College, possibly an opportunity to get a drive going on here. Time to throw across the middle of the field. It's Calcagno across the formation, past the 35-yard line, out to the 34.
Play by number 4, Calcagno.
11 yards on the reception, making it 4th down and just about 4. Roman Gates comes to the sideline to make the tackle.
Play by number 7, Roman Gates.
And the Vikings will go for it here. Instead of a 51-yard field goal attempt, which is a far attempt for Sokol, the offense will come out here with McLeod once more. Out of the shotgun spread. McLeod standing tall, delivers to the sideline, and it's airmailed over the top. Miles Dixon was the intended receiver. Tight coverage on the play by Jaden Bridgewater. And Laney College, with 38 seconds remaining, will have 2 timeouts to work with here.
It is a turnover on downs.
Turnover and downs for the Vikings. They've fumbled it. They've thrown an interception. And they're now 0-3 on 4th down. 5 turnovers up to this point for DVC. And it looks like Laney will be happy to take the lead going into the halftime break. Taking the knee right in the middle. And this will set us to a halftime. It is 13-7 here with the Laney College Eagles leading the number 8 ranked Diablo Valley College Vikings here at home on sophomore night. And the way it's gone, after the initial fumble by the Vikings on the opening drive, it was a 41-yard field goal by Brandon Niermeyer to make it 3-0. And the defense will have to come out on the field as the offense will come out one more time. They do not have to take a knee, but the Vikings defense was walking off the field, and it looked like Laney potentially wanted to get something extra. A little bit of confusion, and that's what you expect to see from a rivalry matchup between the Vikings and the Eagles. And finishing up here, after the interception from DVC, was an 8-play, 66-yard drive, and Marcus Jones was able to get into the end zone off a 3-yard rush to make it 10-0 Laney College. Jaden Macedo came in for the Vikings at quarterback, and he was able to orchestrate a drive that was 7 plays, 65 yards, taking a minute 36 off the clock, and it capitalized with a 6-yard rush on a read option from Macedo to make it 10-7. And off a 42-yard field goal attempt by Brandon Niermeyer, it made it 13-7. And that is where we currently stand. 8 first down for the Vikings to the 6 of Laney College. Trey Dimes for Laney, a perfect 10 for 10 for 80 yards. Marcus Jones, the leading rusher in the game, 9 rushes for 32 yards and a touchdown. And the leading receiver is Elijah Alexander, 4 catches for 42 yards, and had that 25-yard chunk that set up the lone touchdown of the day for the Laney Eagles. On the other side of the field for the visitors, 9 for 14, 73 yards and an interception for Kalani McLeod. Jaden Macedo, 3 for 7, 50 yards. Go back. Sorry about that, folks. Finishing up our stats here. Jake Calcagno, 3 catches for 39 yards. Miles Dixon, 4 catches for 39 yards. And Matt Gooden, 2 catches for 36 yards. And that is how she wrote it here. 13-7, Laney College with the advantage, looking for a massive upset to keep their playoff dreams alive here against the number 8 ranked Diablo Valley College Vikings, as it is 13-7, and we'll see you in just about 18 minutes as the halftime break is upon us. We are back here after the halftime break, and the score is Eagles 13, DVC 7. On sophomore night, the Laney Eagles have come out, and they are absolutely on fire. This is a number 8 ranked DVC Vikings team that is currently 7-1, taking on the 2-6 Laney College Eagles. But up to this point, it's been Laney College forcing turnovers, and it's been Laney College capitalizing on situations here. Getting his second start of the year, Trey Dimes 10 for 10 for 80 yards to start, and that's part of the reason why DVC is trailing. I should say why Laney College is leading 13-7.
Let's make some noise!
So Laney College won the opening toss. They deferred. They were able to get 3 points off the opening fumble from DVC. And so the Vikings are going to kick this ball away, and they're going to have to start it on defense once more. Daniel Sokol, high end-over-end kick. This will bounce down and be fielded down to the 14-yard line. Staying on his feet momentarily out to the 15. And the return was made by Tony McAdoo. He was thrown down by Jeff Holden. And so Laney College will get their opening drive here in the second half, and they'll start it off from the 24-yard line. They're looking to work some more of that magic, and ball security has been one of the biggest things. DVC with so many turnovers and turnover on downs. Laney College has been handling it well and holding up from mishaps. Opening carry of the half goes for a loss of 2 on the play. The carry by Kyrie Baker.
It's second down.
Kyrie Baker only his second carry of the day. Second down and about 11. It looks like there's an injured Laney player at the end of the play as well. It looks like it's Alexander who's hurt on the end of that play, and that'll be big. Alexander has been the best player up to this point for the Laney College Eagles, and taking a look at our replay here, it was Wesley Garten who was able to get the tackle on the other side for DVC that resulted in that negative play. And so for Laney College, they had issues early on in the year where their offense wasn't really able to sustain much, and despite the fact that they had so many strong players on that defensive side, they would start to get tired, and the situation would change up just a little bit in that second half, leading to some of the different scoring situations that we've seen. So traditionally, Laney College has been playing good first halves, but keeping it up all 4 quarters will be the difference. Today, the time of possession favoring Laney College 17-13. So that is part of the big difference in why Laney College has been able to have so much success. That defense isn't living on the field as we've seen so many times. And as we are in the 9th game of the year, that is just how it goes. You get better, you make differences here, and you try to make some big plays. Incomplete pass over to Jeremiah Ruffin, and that's the first incompletion of the day for Trey Dimes.
It's third down.
We touched on this just a little bit to start the game, but the starting quarterback for DVC, Kalani McLeod out of Vanden, and the starting quarterback for the Eagles in Trey Dimes out of Vanden. Trey Dimes played behind Kalani McLeod, as McLeod was one of the all-time leading passers in Solano County. Or he is the all-time leading passer, I should say, and he was 5th in the country in high school. But up to tonight, it's been Dimes who has had the more efficient showing. Drops the ball this time around. Dimes has to step up, and Dimes is taken down. A big sack on the play for the Vikings, getting into the backfield. Trying to get a number on the player. It looks like it's Caden McIver coming off the side. Captain Kirk would be proud checking out his nephew balling out here in Oakland, California.
Number 99, Emery Oshua.
McIver, the nephew of Kirk Morrison. Some people might know him as a broadcaster now, but he was a leader at linebacker for the Oakland Raiders years ago. A nice punt fielded down to the 30-yard line by Cal Cagno as he bounces it to the near sideline, able to turn the corner before he has his arm yanked out of bounds by Marlon Hampton Purifoy.
Number 4, Jake Cagno.
What a great boot on that play.
Defended by number 44, Marlon Hampton Purifoy.
That punt was about 64 yards in air time as that breeze brought it forward. And the nice return on the play, about a 13-yard return after that point for Jake Cagno to bring that ball out to the 42-yard line. So the sides of the field's flipped here, and DVC sending out Kalani McLeod to start the half. Turn around and the give is over to the back, some space on the near hand side, jumping over defenders, spinning down to the 40-yard line, eventually escorted out of bounds. Ferrari Miller on his first big chunk run of the day.
Defended by number 15, Tomu Satini.
Satini ends up making the tackle after all is said and done. Just a shade under 20 yards on the play here. Now they're feeding Ferrari. Some more space on the near side. Cutback, stays on his feet momentarily. Held up for a gain of 2. Roman Gates coming up to plug that gap. And with the Vikings missing Kai Taylor, their number 1 receiver, they motion a few different people in. Cal Cagno rotating into this set. Play action fake. Across the middle of the field, it's Dixon who dropped it. His eyes were towards the end zone as he would have gotten well inside of the 15-yard line, but instead a drop ball, and that is how the night has been going for the Vikings. It's 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9. Vikings likely in 4-down territory here. Hitting that ball down the seam, and just an uncharacteristic play for Miles Dixon. McLeod, pressure comes over the top, and it's into the hands of its intended receiver. Garrett Isomonu with the post play down at the 4. 35 yards on the reception. Dixon down the seam, dropped it, so they go to the freshman out of Dublin, and he makes a big play.
Ball is placed at the 5-yard line.
You can see that speed on display. 11.53 100-meter dash, and he's got a big chunk there to set the Vikings up 1st and goal from the 5. Vikings looking to tie things up at 13 and possibly try to take their first lead of the day at 14. Miller's in the backfield out of the shotgun. Sprint and the shovel over to Miller, near side, and it's a touchdown for the Vikings. On their opening drive of the half, the Vikings able to take it 60-plus yards down the field for the score. We're all knotted up 13 apiece. Miller was held up under 20 yards to start the day, but a couple explosive plays. And as they say, you gotta let those exotic cars warm up, but once they're up and running, that V8 engine, I mean, it's a Ferrari, a V12 engine even in that situation. It can purr and it can explode off the line. 14-13 our score as DVC takes the advantage here on their first drive of the second half. And the energy has been brought to the Viking sidelines here. They got their own speaker, and I believe they're playing a different song. They were playing some C Murder before, and I think they're playing some Ghost with Sonic Boom. That's exactly it. standing on town business in the town, but it's the team from the Valley bringing that energy here. Bay Area love all across, from the Bay to the Valley and everywhere in between. Ah, they're lucky. I'd rap every single bar of this song right now if I didn't have to call a game. You guys saved your ears. Don't you worry about that one. Fielded down the 2-yard line, or pardon me, the 12-yard line is McAdoo, and McAdoo breaks a tackle past the 25-yard line. And he is brought down by Davian Sherlock at the, let's call this one the 34-yard line. A nice explosive return by Tony McAdoo. You could not give him space. He was a second-team All-Lone Star returner back at Western Oregon, where he was averaging just a shade under 25 a return. We've already seen what he can do this year, as he had a 99-yard kickoff return against Butte for the touchdown. Now Trey Dimes, after the first incompletion he's thrown in the game, he's 10 for 11. He'll go back in the 2-back pistol. A high snap. It's a quick pass out to the far hand side. That ball was dropped. Ananias Walker ended up missing the tackle on, I believe it was Tony McAdoo. But that ball hit the turf first. 2nd and 10. And the 2-back pistol was working early on. Instead of Felipe Bears, they've been using Esteban Duarte as the fullback. And now under center for, I believe, the first time today, outside of the knee, it's Trey Dimes. Offset I. JP Zamora won't get the handoff. Instead, it's the give around to McAdoo on the end around. Then the Vikings were there, perfectly read, and it's Ananias Walker coming up for the play, stopping the gain for only a yard. Edge discipline is the #1 thing you got to look out for when you're playing the Laney Eagles, and that is something that DVC has done extremely well up to this point. Their defensive ends and their outside linebackers have been triggering well. JP Zamora held for no yards on his rushing attempts up to this point. And he has been the main guy that they've been going to with that jet sweep. So now they're behind the chains once more, and it's 3rd down and 9 from their own 37-yard line. The Eagles making a check at the line here with Trey Dimes. 2-back pistol once more, 2 high safeties, play action fake, Dimes looking for a screen pass. This one read perfectly by the defense, but a broken tackle there by Marcus Jones, and he's eventually taken down by Caleb Pilecki. That screen pass had no room whatsoever. The defensive ends read it perfectly. And a 3-and-out here for the Eagles. The momentum has seemingly gone fully into the direction of the #8 team in DVC. And if you're the Laney's defense, one of the best creation defenses in terms of turnovers, you got to look like you got to send one away and get one back. This will be a high punt fielded down to the 34-yard line. You'll actually see it's down to the 36, pardon my math. 31-yard punt on the day. And there's a fire on the far side of the field. I believe maybe somebody out there on the sidewalk or something. And the smoke is starting to carry into the stadium. So the Vikings offense set fire to the defense last time around. Let's see what they've got in store here with Kalani McLeod. 1 touchdown drive driven by Macedo. Kalani McLeod gets the second. Snap off to his left shoulder. The pressure comes, lofting over the top, and it's off the face mask of Caden Bridgewater. Miles Dixon was the intended receiver as the Vikings drew up a deep developing play. The offensive line held up well against the pressure of Laney College, but Caden Bridgewater is going to want that one back. He was looking for his 3rd intended interception of the year, but that one just went off his face. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Expect a shallow pattern and try to make it 2nd intermediate here. Potential pressure being shown off the edge. And the play clock goes down to 8, and it's going to be a false start on the Vikings. And this is where the Vikings started having issues in the first half. Their offense was doing pretty well, but then they get either a holding, a personal foul, or something along those lines that would send them behind the chains. And when the Vikings have been behind schedule today, behind the chains, they have had some issues. So on 2nd down and 15, everybody look by the defense, facing the spread. Pressure comes, play action fake, throws it over the top, and it's off the fingertips of a defender. Jaden Bridgewater wanted the interception that time, and McLeod gets away with a dangerous throw.
It's 3rd down.
Coming into this game, one of the keys for the defense, called by Coach Robert Crowley, was that you got to play some tight man coverage, and you got to confuse him, and when you go into zone, you got to make sure your defensive pressure gets there to not allow Kalani to dice up your defense. McLeod, one of the best quarterbacks against zone coverage in the 3C2A, leads the division in efficiency. D-line stunt picked up well. A ball to the near hand side by Dixon. He drags the defender past the 40-yard line, and he'll make it 4th down and just about 4 yards as the Vikings have an interesting decision to be made here. You got a 1-point lead as it's 14-13. And Jaden Macedo will come in at quarterback. We've seen Macedo punt this year. Macedo has 1 punt on the year up to this point for DVC. We might see a quarterback pooch punt. There's no deep man back. Miller is in the shotgun. And this will be a quarterback punt. Oh, shanked off the foot. This one potentially a fieldable ball as it's scooped up to the 40. And on the 2nd punt attempt of the year, Macedo cocks his head back as he knows he just shaked that ball away. So a folly on special teams here, and DVC sends the ball away after, I think that's a net punt of about a yard. This is the opportunity Laney College is looking for.
Ball is placed at the
Effectively a turnover as the ball is spotted down at the 41-yard line. And the Eagles offense staying under center this time in their offset eye. Motioning JP Zamora across, and the ball's fumbled onto the turf, falling on top of it is Dimes. A miscommunication between him and Jones, and that's a loss of 6 on the play.
It's 2nd down.
This is where Laney has struggled now too in the second half, getting too far behind the chains. A loss of 6 on the play, a late substitution by DVC. Second and 16 officially. And on that last play, Dimes just fell on top of it. A give over to the back. And a dive forward on the fullback carry. Pardon me, it's actually Zayden Crockett who got the carry. 32, not 23. That makes it 3rd down and about 9, so you are behind the chains. It's 3rd down and long, but you can either set up a situation to make it 4-down territory, or we're going to see a long pass as Niermeyer has had 2 deep field goals of 40-plus yards today. His 2nd game in a row converting 2 40-plus yarders. The motion, the running back off the right hip, a 2-back shotgun, possibly max protect. And a flag comes in. Maybe a false start.
False start. Number 56.
False start called on number 56. That is Bubba Tuika.
After the penalty, the ball is placed on the 45-yard line.
Called against the right tackle. I believe he might be at guard today. But now behind the chains once again. This makes it a little bit harder. Your ideal target is to get close to that 30 if you want to try a long field goal. So we might just try to go across the middle, trying to set up a 4-down territory, but that ball is dropped off the fingertips of JP Zamora. And after the Vikings get a punt of only 1 yard on the quarterback pooch punt, the Vikings defense gets the stop, and they will continue to hold the lead 14-13. Jake Calcagno back out there. Joshua Leiston, who just sent away a boot last time we saw him. Heels are on the 40. High snap, has to jump up to grab this one. And this one will be fair caught down to the 12-yard line. A net punt of 33 yards, and it's inside of the 20-yard line. A great job there by the sophomore out of Dublin. And that is where the Vikings offense will get their next start here.
After
a successful opening drive in the second half,
it is first down.
the Vikings defense buys out their offense once more. Offensive line coach Dave Garcia hands over his head. He's going to send his young unit out there. DVC starting 4 freshmen. Charlie Kruger, the lone sophomore on that offensive line. And it looks like Macedo's back out there with Ferrari Miller. That ball's low and dropped. And it looks like Kalani able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. They'll give him half a yard on the carry. Michael Zapata comes in to get the stop there off the botched handoff. And it is 2nd and 9. Vikings living in the shotgun spread. You see them shift to pistol from time and time again, facing this nickel defense with the too high shell. Having to retreat back, rolls off, throws it all the way back deep, and just gets that ball away. We've seen a few different times today the Vikings having issues with snaps. And on the second consecutive play, just not able to get anything clean here. As it brings up 3rd down. We've seen McLeod get out of some difficult situations today. The Vikings will come out with their small, quick spread unit now. Jorian Dickey checking in for the tight end in Amani Elfadil. We haven't seen his name called tonight. Elfadil, that is. Shotgun spread. McLeod, another low snap. Pressure comes in his face as they set up a screen pass over to Calcagno. Calcagno bounces off his own offensive lineman, driving forward for the first down. A 10-yard reception on the play. Had to play some ping ball off of his own offensive tackle. But Jake Calcagno buys the Vikings out of a difficult situation. They're set up 1st down and 10 from the 25 as they hurry to the ball. Trips to the near-hand side. McLeod whips it across the middle. It's Dixon high pointing it in, and he dropped it at the end of the play. Took a hard hit there by Caden Bridgerunner as it jarred that ball loose. Dixon a little slow to get up there as he gets some assistance from his teammates, but it looks like he'll be fine as he jogs back. Vikings taking a shot there on 1st down. Dixon up to this point today, 5 catches for 50 yards. And one of the fans says the quarterback owes you dinner, and Kalani's been dropping some dimes this year, but Dixon definitely taking the brunt of the impact there. A low handoff over to Ferrari Miller as he breaks some space out to the 35-yard line, speeding out to the 50, top of the numbers 40. Holds on to the ball tightly as he spins out of play to the 26-yard line. Lockyer Kupu pushes him out of play as that ball's officially spotted down to the 27. "48-yard rush on the play by Miller. Miller has been bottled up, but when he has had opportunities, he's busted open through the seam. A crossing pattern across the middle of the field, stays on his feet, spins again, hit the circle button as it's a too-late takedown to the 12-yard line. Darian Mirage finds a way to keep alive on the play, and he's eventually dropped down with that double leg by Roman Gates. SmackDown City, Roman Gates is a heck of a WWE name. Vikings looking to extend their lead here as it's 14-13. A consecutive low snap, and this time the carry goes over the back, who drops down inside of the 10-yard line on the gain of just about 4 on the play.
It's second down.
Trying to get a number on the ball carrier, and that looks to be Elijah Bowe. Only 2 carries in that last game. Or pardon me, no carries in that last game against Foothill. His last game where he had some carries was against San Jose City College, where he had 2 rushes for 27 yards and a touchdown. All 3 running backs can hit the home run ball for DVC. Laney's defense looking to bend but not break. Second down and 6. Near side, the jump ball, batted up in the air, the tip drill cannot convert. They were looking to target the 6'2 receiver in Garrett Isamonu, but they were not able to convert. And that is where it hurts not to have Kai Taylor. Kai Taylor, typically the running back, or pardon me, the wide receiver that you'll throw those jump balls and those back shoulders to, but the redshirt sophomore, who stands 6'3", the bounce back from Boise State, unavailable today for the Vikings. Twisted up the left leg in the last matchup against Foothill. 4:29 remaining here. Shovel pass across the middle of the field on the end around and toppled down to the 5-yard line. More of just a little bit of a reverse there as they got the ball over to Cole Tome. It looks like the field goal team will come out as the Vikings looking to extend their lead to 4. Cole Tome, the 5'8", 170 freshman out of Bishop O'Dowd. That is his first carry of the day, or pardon me, of this season, I should say. A 21-yard field goal attempt here for Sokol, essentially an extra point, and he's able to convert on his first field goal of the year. Daniel Sokol missed a 35-yard attempt last week against Foothill, but he's 1 for 2 on this season. And the lead is 17-13 as DVC has the advantage with 3:49 remaining in this third quarter of play. The script has been turned. DVC has been very efficient up to this point in the second half. And whereas Laney College found a lot of success with their balanced play in the opening half, it's going to be interesting to see if Elijah Alexander comes back into this one. He was shaken up on the first drive for Laney. DVC is going to send out Sokol to kick that ball away. No speakers blasting out music right now. Sokol, a high winding kick. This one down to the 25-yard line. Returned by Jeremiah Ruffin out to the 35-yard line, and that is where Laney College will get the start. On special teams, Santino Acevedo got there. Ruffin on the return, Santino Acevedo on the tackle.
Return by number 2, Jeremiah Ruffin.
First down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Living in these 2 back sets are the Eagles offense. Trey Dimes, high ball, has to turn around to get it. Still in motion, telling his receiver to go around the edge. The go route down the sideline. And just trying to play some backyard ball as he sent the ball deep down the sideline to JP Zamora. All that action, and it's still 2nd and 10.
Ball is at the 35-yard line.
Ball is down to the 35-yard line here as it's 2nd down and 10. 3:35 remaining. Just living out of this 21 personnel, which means 2 running backs, 1 tight end. And they'll give the ball over to the back this time. A little bit of space up the gut there for Marcus Jones. And it actually looks like it's Zayden Crockett who got the carry that time around. It'll make it 3rd down and 5. So back in a 3rd down and manageable, this is where you want to be. If you can get to 3rd and inches, or pardon me, 4th and inches, you could possibly even go for it.
Ball is at the 41-yard line. It is 3rd and 5.
Making the call at the line as he goes under center now is Dimes. Jet motion for Zamora. A give over to the back, bouncing it out to the right-hand side, spins around, stays on his feet momentarily as Crockett surfing down the line, and he gets the 1st down. 5 yards on a hard-fought rush from the freshman out of De Anza. Zayden Crockett out of high school, had Division I FBS interest but had no offers instead. Ended up going to Lewis and Clark, a Division III school where he shirted his 1st year. And now he is here at Laney College, and he's getting the lion's share of the handouts here on this drive. Seems like under center has been where they've been having success. And they'll stay under center this time around as the carry goes forward for Zayden Crockett, bowling his way past the 50-yard line. An 8-yard rush. It'll be 2nd down and 2, and that's where you want to be. It looks like a DVC player lost his shoe as Richard Siaki has to sprint off. Oremi Oshewa will come in his stead. Officially, the knee was marked down at the 40. Let's call it the 47-yard line of DVC. And it's another turnaround, but this time it's a play action fake. Going with the 2nd read down the sideline, staying on his feet momentarily was Thomas Riggins. And Riggins, the freshman out of Washington, has his 2nd catch of the year. Had a 15-yarder last week against San Jose City College, and with Alexander shaken up, it's Riggins coming in to play tight end. First down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Some power football on display. Stepped on his foot, still able to get the handoff here. And the pressure coming inside by Jeremiah Thoney for the Vikings. As it was a carry from Zayden Crockett, a loss of about 4. Yeah, the center just stepped on the foot of Trey Dimes as he retreated back. That'll send Laney College back into the pistol look. One more play left. One more play left in this quarter here. Felipe Bears is the fullback. Quick pass down the sideline. Making the catch, but caught up right at the line of scrimmage. Joe Sanders falling down for a gain of 2, and that'll bring us into the 4th quarter of play. Throw your 4s up. We've got a tight one here in the best conference in JUCO football. In the Base 6, it's a rivalry between the Eagles and the Vikings. Going down the wire, 15 minutes left on the clock, and you're tuned in to Peralta TV.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, it is the Laney.
flip the sides of the field, and it's 3rd down and long here with 15 minutes on the clock. The score is 17 Vikings, 13 Eagles here on sophomore night. Eagles looking for a massive upset against the number 8 team in the state. Zayden Crockett will continue to be the back here, riding the hot hand. 3-step drop across the middle of the field. This one caught by the back on the drop off. And the check down pass, a gain of 5.
To number 32, Zayden Crockett.
Caleb Pilecki from his defensive end spot came up to make the play. And a big change up here. I believe the field goal unit will come out. Brandon Niermeyer is going to come out here. This is a 48-yard field goal attempt for Niermeyer. He has a 47-yard long on the season. He's got the leg to do it. He's had the accuracy today, 2 for 2. Niermeyer, snap is down. The hold is down, the kick is up. It's a low kick, has the accuracy, but not enough leg. Fell short, and the Vikings defense gets the stop here. The execution forced Niermeyer to hold up ever so slightly, and off the slow snap, just the extra hitch he had to take, was not able to get enough power into that kick, and it is still 17-13. The snap was there in time, but just that hesitation on the hold. As we get a look at the replay here with the delay on YouTube, it looked like the execution was there, but just wasn't able to execute all the way for Niermeyer. And now the Vikings have the ball. They hand it off to the back once more, and this time the carry, I believe that's Elijah Bowe falling down for 2. And Jaden Macedo is back in at quarterback for DVC.
Its 2nd down, ball is placed at the 30.
This is something that we saw for the Vikings early on in the season, where they bounce back quarterbacks and they play both quarterbacks. For the last about 6 games or so, Kalani McLeod had taken the starter spot. But Jaden Macedo now having his opportunity to shine. Last time we saw him on the field, he was able to get a touchdown leading drive. He'll hand the ball off once more this time around. Tomu Satini laying a really big hit at the end of the play, and it's 3rd down and just about 6. McLeod 3 for 7 for 50 yards through the air. He has 2 rushes for 6 yards and a touchdown up to this point. A 3-step drop. Stepping up, surveying the field across the middle of the field, and it's caught by Calcagno down the sideline. A big chunk picked up as Calcagno gets about 18 yards.
Number 4, Jake Calcagno.
.24 yards on the catch. Trayvon West makes the tackle, and they'll stay back on the round this time. It's over to Ferguson. 1 tackle away from taking it on a house call, but it's an 11-yard rush, and this is where you've got to be biting your nails as an Eagles fan.
Down Vikings.
The defense has played so well throughout the game, but in the 4th quarter, they have struggled at times. They've had time and opportunity to rest today. Can they make it a different story? Will the trend continue, or will the defense be able to bite down on the mouthpiece and stay alive? This one off the fingertips. Dixon just not looking like himself today. 3 drops already for Miles Dixon. Dixon leading the state in receptions. Coming into this one, had 51 catches. And up to this point on the evening, he's got 5 catches with 3 drops. 2nd down and 10. Too high shell facing the shotgun. Pressure comes into his face, the sidearm delivery on the screen pass to the far hand side, and it's Mirage. Pardon me, that's Jurion Dickey on the screen pass as a flag comes in late. That's the second screen pass of the day for Jurion Dickey as they've tried to get their most dynamic athlete in space, and both times it's come back on a flag. Athleticism for athleticism. Kai Taylor and Jurion Dickey has got to be the two most athletic players that you'll see on a JUCO field. But the Vikings have not been able to get that number 42 open in space up to this point. It's a 15-yard penalty, so it looks like it was a personal foul. This one's going to go all the way back to the 49.5-yard line. Offensive pass interference.
After the penalty, the ball is placed at the 49-yard line. It's second down.
2nd and 25. You got to expect to see a screen pass or a mesh concept, just trying to free up some space. Ferguson in the backfield. Macedo's at quarterback. Too high shell out of the nickel set. Low snap. And the out pattern caught to the 41-yard line. The catch was made by Cole Tome as he was eventually taken down to the ground by Caden Bridgewater. Spilled down to the 41. The Vikings are in a tough spot here. It's still 3rd down and 16. You've got to get to the 24-yard line to get a first down. What do you got in the playbook here? Pressure comes. They'll set up a screen pass, but it's airmailed. Martise Ferguson was the intended receiver. A flag in the backfield. We saw a roughing the passer call in the opening quarter by Laney College, and I believe this one is going to go against Laney. They are talking to head coach Collins on the sideline. Jimmy Collins in his 2nd year, his 11th year as a head coach. The 2-time coach of the year.
Legal blindside block number 4, the offense, the penalties decline. 4th down.
And so despite the fact that the lines judge was talking to DVC, it was actually an illegal blindside block called against DVC. But on 4th down here, the punt unit will come out. With a 4-point advantage in the 4th quarter on the road, you got to play it safe. DVC 0 for 3 on 4th down. High end over end punt. This one will bounce down at the 5-yard line. Takes the Vikings bounce down to the 6. Terrific backspin put on that ball by Jacob Johnson. And the Vikings have pinned Laney College inside of the 6-yard line.
Ball is fielded near the 6-yard line. It is first down.
35 yards on the punt.
Eagles.
And a perfect pin down out to the 6. From the shadow of their end zone, you gotta expect them to go under center, offset eye. That has been what has been working in the 2nd half here. Giving the ball in the jet sweep, and the pass caught by McAdoo. JP Zamora on the trick play. We've been calling it all night long, and McAdoo tripped up to the 31. Faking the jet sweep, getting the pass over to McAdoo, and that's an explosive trick play for the Eagles offense. A 64-yard gain. Pardon me, it's a 74-yard gain. 74 yards, and the script has completely flipped here. 10 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. And it's the arm of the former Washington State quarterback making it happen. High snap, sprinting right as dimes. Eyes down the field, he's gonna go for it all. Down the sideline, hard fought, and that ball's sent away. Incomplete pass, that'll be 2nd down and 10.
It's 2nd down.
JP Zamora had offers from Utah and Nevada out of high school as a 3-star receiver. out of Pasco, Washington. Ended up getting hurt and losing those offers, and after his senior year, ended up walking on at Washington State before coming back here to Laney and changing his position to wide receiver. Very selfless of him, as the wide receiver room was really injured his freshman year here at Laney. Staying on the ground with the carry over to Crockett, and Crockett with the 1 foot cut back inside of the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 on the rush. Santino Acevedo right there on the spot once more.
It's third down.
Santino Acevedo, 9 tackles on the evening. He is the leading tackler.
It's 3rd and 5 to the
Zayden Crockett
24-yard line.
has been the man to answer the call here in the second half. They prescribed the pill once more. Eventually rode down on the left side of the line by Wesley Garton. And a late flag in here as well. It'll be 3rd down and 1 before this flag. Extracurriculars, exactly what you expect to see from a rivalry matchup. Looks like it will be on Laney College. And this one will go against Davion Cho Sanders. But it's offsetting. The play is offset, but the down will count. The official said 4th down, but that should be 3rd down if I'm not mistaken. It should be 3rd and 1. It is 4th and 1 instead. I don't know if my counter was wrong. I'm sure head coach Josh Ramos for the Eagles will bark and say if this down is wrong, but I think I was the one off here. Dimes is under center here, going for it on 4th down and 1. And a timeout taken by Laney College here. That's the first timeout here of the second half. 8:58 remaining here, and it's 17 Vikings, 13 Laney College, and the first timeout taken, as we'll take the timeout as well here on Peralta TV. It is 4th down and 1.
Line is 4th and 1.
And a wishbone formation here for Laney College. Dimes under center. And it's a quarterback sneak, the extra shove. Does he have enough yardage? Yes, he does. Dimes getting a full yard when he needed it. Not a traditional tush push by any means, but it is effective regardless. And the officials are going to hold things up here. It looks like there's a lineman down the field for Laney. And with the injury timeout, we'll take the timeout once more here on Peralta TV. Giovanni Valverde the guard for the Eagles, was the man shaken up at the end of the play. Rick Becker and the terrific sports training staff here at Laney College helping him up. Handoff once again, this time Zamora turning the corner, his first successful rush of the evening as he takes a huge shot at the end of the play. That'll be a gain of just about 8. Discipline is needed all throughout the game.
It's second down.
In this final quarter, the trick plays and the edges have opened up a touch for Laney College. Second down and 7. Santino Acevedo made the tackle on the last play as well. 2 back on the pistol. And the handoff this time to Jones. Picks up the first down. It'll be first down, goal to goal from the 9. Laney College has trailed the majority of this second half after DVC converted a touchdown on their opening drive. They got a field goal to make it 17-13.
Ball is placed at the 9.
Laney College looking to punch one in for the first time in the second half. Duarte in the backfield with Jones. Handoff goes to Jones, the cutback lane. And it's a gain of 4 on the rush from Jones.
It's second down.
Getting into the pile was Santino Acevedo. 10+ tackles. He has been a tackling machine for this Vikings unit here. Second and goal from the 5 officially. Living in that offset eye. Old school power football here. Jet motion, the handoff over to Joe Sanders, and Sanders swarmed down a pile of Vikings players there. And it looked like all 11 men got to that ball that time.
It's third
Great edge discipline
down.
by the DVC DNs. Jeremiah Foney checks in here. And Laney's just going to be really comfortable using clock right now.
Ball is at the 7-yard line.
Last tackle was eventually made by Io Phillips. Able to really seal off the edge. And it's third down, goal to go. Pass to the back of the end zone. Then a late pass interference called there. On the coverage was Ananias Walker as they tried to take the shot to the back of the end zone. And the defensive back for DVC was not able to whip his head around in time, and the officials have called it. It'll be first down. And the ball will be spotted down at the 2-yard line. So, just as another reminder, because there are no spot fouls in college football, this should be half the distance to the goal, and the ball should be spotted on the 3.5-yard line, not the 2-yard line. .5:25 remaining. Ball spotted down on the 2. Bobbles the handoff, the give to the fullback, and Laney takes the advantage here inside of the 4th quarter. Esteban Duarte on the fullback dive, and it's 19-7. Pardon me, 19-17. Trying to make it a 3-point advantage here. Esteban Duarte got the touchdown. 23. Crosses the T on the PAT, and it's 20-17. Eagles coming into this one. Only 2-6 on the year, taking on the 7-1 Vikings. But the Eagles have come out and they have fought in this heavyweight matchup. Looking for an upset here. Vikings Vikings need an answer with 5:48 remaining. Vikings have had some good opportunities on returns from Jury and Dickey today. And an offensive, pardon me, a special teams explosion. Be very much needed and wanted here for the team in white. Gotta play some disciplined ball here for Laney. Cover your lanes, some form tackling. End over end kick, fielded down to the 7-yard line, right up the hash mark. This one is Bo on his first carry of the day, his first return of the day. And the tackle down to the 21-yard line. Great job there by Jaden Bridgewater, one of those gunners on special teams. He'll force the Vikings to drive the length of the field. This game is giving shades of 2023. In 2023, DVC came out here to Laney College, and it was a nail biter that came all the way down to the final drive, where Jordan Cook, the quarterback over at Idaho State, eventually was not able to get a playoff. And the Laney defense got the stop, they got the win, and it sent them to host a playoff game against American River College that year. Jordan Cook, now the quarterback for Idaho State, going up to play UC Davis tomorrow. Anytime I have a chance to plug my Aggies, I'm going to do it.
After the penalty, the ball is placed at the 11-yard line. It is first down, Vikings.
After a holding penalty on the kick return, the ball will be spotted down to the 11-yard line. Kalani McLeod comes out as the quarterback. Eyes are deceiving me, possibly. And it is McLeod. McLeod going through his reads, and he'll check it down over to Ferrari Miller, as Miller will take the underneath play down to the 22 on the check down, a 12-yard gain on the play.
It's first down, Vikings. Number 10, Ferrari Miller.
Fourth quarter, this is where you want your explosive physical plays to happen. Quick pass near sideline. This time Dixon turns the corner, breaks the tackle out to the 40, fumbles, the ball is still live, and Dixon falls on top of it. That ball was on the turf for nearly an eternity. And DVC fighting, clawing, and Dixon able to fall on top of it. That is what you got to be wary of. This Laney Eagles team knows how to jar that ball loose. Time to throw, this time over the middle once more, and it's back over to Dixon, breaking a tackle out to the 40-yard line, springing down to the 36. Officially marked down at the 37-yard line. An 18-yard reception on the play. Three receivers to the near side. McLeod will give the ball over to Miller, and Miller stuffed right inside of that hole. Only a 2-yard rush on the play. Coming inside was Marquay Kirkendall to make the tackle. Marquay, another Division I bounce back here for Laney. His talent sprinkled all the way across the field. And the Vikings, 4:13 remaining, trailing by 3. They're not looking for 3 though, they're looking for 6. Coming back to make the catch. And it looks like the forward progress might give the first down to the Vikings here as they find Garrett Isamonu on the dig route. And they'll say he came back on his own volition. So a catch of 10 yards and he came back 2 yards. So it's a net of 8. And it's third down. Third down and 2. Miller's in the backfield. Gets the free play. Oh, the officials called this one dead. This might be a false start on the Vikings. If it was an offsides on Laney, they would have let that ball be a free play. And no, it isn't offsides. So the Vikings will get the first down, but you've got to feel like they're really angry at the way this game has been officiated tonight.
The result of the penalty is a first down.
Regardless, the Vikings got to feel pretty happy the hard count works out. Laney looking for a stop here as the Vikings right on the cusp of the red zone from the 23-yard line. McLeod has had time to throw as of late. He's going to roll out to his right-hand side, and the needle to the front of the end zone. A flag is on the field, but as it currently stands, Garrett Isamonu with the touchdown of 22 yards, but it looks like he'll get a hold. A hold called against Rozzy Wilson. And instead of a touchdown, it'll be first down and 20. First down and 20 here. Vikings trailing the Eagles by 3:17 remaining. 3 timeouts by the Vikings, 2 timeouts remaining for the Eagles. The stadium is alive and it is rocking. Miller's in the backfield with McLeod, facing the too high shell. Rolls right, reverses left, throwing and diving back for that ball, nearly intercepted. Sharky Tamale was prowling and the Jaws theme song was running through his head. Third down and 20. You gotta feel like this is 4-down territory in this situation. The Vikings would need to get to the line to gain for any chance of a field goal attempt. Under the middle of the defense, it's Miles Dixon delivering. 25-yard reception for Miles Dixon as he has been a magician.
Number 9, Miles Dixon.
Miles Dixon came into the game with 51 catches. And he is now up to 58 as a whistle comes in before the next play. False starts have been the vein of DVC's existence up to this point. 9 penalties for 86 yards for DVC compared to the 5 for 38. And it's first down and goal from the 15-yard line. Vikings are in field goal range in this situation. But how much faith do you have in the young freshman kicker? Able to convert his first field goal attempt, but you've got to be thinking 6 all the way here as the clock trickles down. 2:28 remaining. McLeod looks near side, rolls out right, sets his feet, pressure comes, and the back shoulder look over to Garrett Isamonu is incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
And this is what Laney College has wanted to do. They've wanted to force McLeod to continue to work through his progressions and his reads until that pressure comes and hits him. Clock stops as it's 12:19 remaining in the fourth here. And it's 20 Eagles, 17 Vikings. Goal to go from the 15. You've got to think short intermediate, making it third down and manageable. You don't have to go for all 6 in the situation here. Vikings a deep progression. Front of the end zone, batted away, nearly another interception. Sharky Tamale swats this one away. Second play almost intercepted by Tamale. The freshman Adam McClymans has been a physical thumper all year long. And now, when it matters the most, he's showing up his coverage skills as well. Third down, 15 yards till the end zone. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you see a rush up the middle on a draw play, and you try to send out your kicker to tie this one up right before the 2-minute timeout. Instead, it's a pass, staying through the air, rolls out right, back of the end zone, tipped away. Terrific coverage by Zion Johnson as he climbs the ladder and swats that ball away. Darian Mirage was the intended receiver. From this spot, it is about a 32-yard field goal attempt. Sokol missed on a 32-yard field goal attempt and his first kick of his career. Can the freshman out of Los Lomos convert to tie this one up? The snap is down, the hold is dead. The kick is up, and we're all knotted up 20 apiece. (20-20), 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining, and we've got a great one here under the Friday night lights as the lone game in the 3C2A. Laney College looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. DVC looking to overcome some adversity. A new career long there by Sokol as he's able to convert on the 32-yarder. He is 2 for 2 today. Last time we saw McAdoo on the field, he got a nice return. The last kick went to Jeremiah Ruffin, however. Sokol, after knocking down that field goal, sending things away. This will be an angle kick, bounced down and caught by one of the up men out to the 15. It's Joe Sanders, a dynamic athlete, as he makes a jump cut to the 35-yard line, breaks the tackle, and he's eventually slipped. The turf monster caught him to the 41. The 2-minute timeout here, and with the leg of Brandon Niermeyer, you've got to be feeling good for Laney College. They've been playing physical ball all half long, and I expect to see a lot of the same here. 2 timeouts remaining. You can get out of bounds and stop the clock. But man, this could have gone either way, but it has been so entertaining here. Laney took a 13-7 advantage into the halftime break in the third quarter. DVC 10 points scored to take the advantage, but in the intermediate parts of this fourth, Laney able to drive downfield to take the lead, and DVC just tying it up with that field goal to put us at 20 apiece. 21 first downs for DVC to the 13 of Laney College. 6 for 13 on third down for DVC. 5 for 15 for Laney College. And the big difference has been the turnovers today. DVC turning the ball over 2 times on an interception and a fumble. And Laney College also forcing DVC into an 0 for 3. Jet motion from Zamora. They will give the ball over to JP Zamora as he turns the corner. And he is upended to the 44-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and just about 7 from there. For DVC, it was Io Phillips able to hold up that end around. Out of the shotgun is Dimes. Looking to the right-hand side, fires over the top, and it's incomplete. Tony McAdoo was the nearest receiver in the vicinity. And it's 3rd down and 6 just like that as the clock stops, 1:29 remaining. Now all of a sudden you got to be worried about DVC getting that ball back. Zayden Crockett will be the running back here. Jeremiah Ruffin and JP Zamora are the receivers to the near side of the field. Trey Dimes getting the start today, 14 for 20. He's going to need a big conversion here as it's 3rd and 6. Vikings with the one high shell. The pressure comes. Dimes across the middle. That ball is broken up. Laney wants a pass interference and they will not get it. Aaron Woodard was on the coverage as Ruffin was there as the intended receiver. Woodard was playing the ball all the way. That is why the flag did not come, and the Vikings force a 3 and out. Despite the great return by Cho Sanders, it's DVC sending this ball away. DVC with 3 timeouts with 1:25 left. The number 8 team in the 3C2A looking to get the victory and get out of this dangerous situation here at the Nest. Joshua Lyston has been great today. Pressure comes into his face, and it's going to force a fair catch by Jake Calcagno as he takes the ball down to the 19-yard line. Terrific punt.
Ball plays at the 19-yard line. It is first down, Vikings.
A 37-yard punt that pins DVC inside of their own 20-yard line. Vikings needing to play it safe here. McLeod almost threw 2 interceptions on the last drive. Laney with their too high shell. McLeod from the near hash mark. And the hard count got Dixon off once again. This is the second false start of the day from Dixon. It has been ups and downs tonight for the Vikings. Trying to capitalize here. And when Laney College has sent DVC behind the chains and has really interfered with their production. 1:18 remaining. First and 15. They'll give the ball over to Miller as Miller shuffles his way to the 25-yard line. The clock will continue to run here. 1:10 remaining as it's 3rd down and 3. Vikings hurrying up to the ball now. McLeod will shift Miller off his left hip. Too high shell. McLeod to the sideline, and it's Dixon making the catch for the first down. The clock will stop here at 57 seconds.
It's first down, Vikings.
First down for the Vikings out to the 36-yard line. The clock will stop on incomplete passes and out of bounds. Shotgun spread here from McLeod and a stoppage in play. Laney College will take the timeout here. And this is a tough situation to be in to take the timeout. You have 2 timeouts left after you used one early on. So you have 1 left, and essentially you have no opportunity to get the ball back on offense unless you get a takeaway. This one coming all the way down to the wire. The Vikings got a field goal converted to tie things up on their last drive, as it was an 11-play, 74-yard, 3 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock, capitalized by the 30-yard field goal from Daniel Sokol. Laney has been opportunistic all year long. And with so many close ties and so much bad blood here, both sides, saliva just foaming at the mouth. Vikings fans getting some cheers now. 36-yard line as it's 1st and 10, 57 seconds remaining. So the clock shows 57.1 seconds, but fractional seconds do not exist in JC football, so remember that. Handoff goes over to Ferrari Miller as Miller spilled down inside of the 45-yard line by Roman Gates. And it's a pickup of 9 on the play. Clock will continue to run, and DVC will use the timeout. DVC uses their first of 3 here, and you can use those timeouts now when you're in the driver's seat, as we're tied up 20 all here. It comes down to this. First-year defensive coordinator Robert Crowley. Can his defense get the stop against one of the best offenses in the 3C2A? Vikings would need to get to the red zone to realistically give their new kicker an opportunity to knock down a game-winning field goal. Soko has a good leg, but kicking off and kicking field goals is a different story. And the Vikings will come out with 2 timeouts in their pocket, 48 seconds remaining. McLeod and Miller in the backfield in the pistol. 22 seconds left on the play clock as Kalani McLeod makes the check. Belt high snap, another quick out, and nearly a one-handed grab made by Miles Dixon. That one thrown on his back shoulder as the pressure came by Caden Bridgewater, forcing an incompletion. But that's where you want to be. You want to take the shot there on 2nd down and short. And now you have an opportunity. The clock should stop as they move the chains, I believe.
It's 3rd down.
Laney College flipping their defensive ends here. Handoff goes over to Miller, and Miller with the lead blocker gets a tough fought 2 yards as he had his big guard and AJ Taua right in front of him leading the way. 36 seconds remaining. Vikings line up, hurry up now. Low snap, McLeod standing tall, pressure comes in late, lofting over the top, off the fingertips, nearly intercepted. He was looking for Garrett Isamonu as the coverage was right there by Zion Johnson. And in this situation, this is where you miss Kai Taylor the most, the leading receiver for the Vikings and the most clutch man that should be wearing white today missing. So the Vikings need to go to some different looks there, and just slightly off on his throw was McLeod. Expect man-to-man, expect pressure here. This is Will versus Will. 27 seconds remain. 2 high shell once more. Cover 2, rolls out to his left, avoids the defender, points forward, coming back to make the catch to the 30-yard line. Down the sideline is Cal Cagno to the 25-yard line, and the Vikings have got to feel pretty good in this situation as there's a flag spotted down to the 40. The white cap is going to wave this one back. This is likely going to be a hold called against the Vikings. And penalties have been the backbreaker for this Vikings team today. Everybody held up here. White hat is saying yes. Oh, it's a personal foul and a targeting call against the defense rather than a hold. So this will be, I thought he said targeting, but nobody got ejected, so I think it is just a personal foul. So this should be 15 yards on top of the play. This will bring the Vikings really deep into field goal range now with 18 seconds remaining. Your kicker has been money today, but you are looking for 6. The Vikings with 2 timeouts. I think you're going to see power, and set up your kicker. Kalani McLeod, Ferrari Miller, out of the shotgun here. 18 seconds remaining as it's 20-20. Low snap, sprinting right, looking to pass that ball. McLeod going to turn the corner with his own legs as he's dropped down to the 9-yard line. A potential touchdown saving tackle by Sharky Tamale as it is a rush of 2. Clock will stop at 12 seconds. Laney's defense, or special teams I should say, has gotten some block kicks this year. They've sent some pressure down the middle and gotten home. And in this situation, you've got to feel like that is what they're looking for. Vikings want to keep this one potentially running after those timeouts. You got one more in your pocket. You got to think, run down the middle and set up your kicker. Miller, who has had an explosive second half, held under 20 yards in the first half, and he's nearing a 100-yard game now. 12 rushes for 94 yards and a touchdown. Second down and 8 from the 10-yard line. H back off the right side, and it will be Laney taking a knee down to the 10-yard line. The Vikings are going to let this clock dribble down, and it looks like Laney, no, they do not take the timeout. It's going to go all the way down inside of 3 minutes. 3 seconds as DVC takes the timeout. This is a 27-yard field goal attempt. DVC trying to walk things off on a Friday night in Oakland, California. Adrian Guzman, this typical kicker for the Vikings, hasn't been dressed the last few weeks. You gotta think it's an injury. So instead, it's the man who was brought in to be a kickoff specialist, the 5'11", 165 freshman out of Las Lomas High School, Daniel Sokol. He is 2 for 2 today, knocked down a 31-yarder earlier. And can he knock this field goal with 2.7 seconds remaining to get the victory? There's still one more timeout by Laney. Laney can ice the kicker in this situation here. With the setup right between the hash marks. This will be a 27-yard field goal attempt officially. The holder is the backup quarterback, Bryce Fusick. The long snapper gets the ball off in time. The hold is down, the kick is up, and the Vikings get the victory here. 23-20, DVC gets the win on a walk-off from Daniel Sokol, and their playoff hopes stay alive. The number 8 team in California come to the nest, and they have to fight tooth and nail to get the victory. They will go to 8-1 on the year, hosting City College's San Francisco next Friday night at home. And the hopes and the dreams of the Laney College Eagles, they played so well tonight. They built off that momentum, but they will drop to 2-7. They can still play the upset as they go to College of San Mateo next Saturday. And man, a rivalry game of the ages.
Have a good night, and
the DVC Vikings with the victory, as it's 23 Vikings, 20 Eagles after 60 hard-fought minutes of play. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. My name's Max Aguirre, giving the coverage. This is our last game here at Laney College. It's been a pleasure bringing you Eagles football all year long. You can catch me next week over at DVC.
Thank you.
And it's been a whole lot of fun, folks. Have a good night. Happy Halloween.